Will Quinn emerge victorious against Momo? Or will he succumb to the second-year student's brutal attacks? Who is Ratton, and what is his role in this situation? How will Peter's surrender affect the dynamics of the academy?
The second-year students had Quinn completely surrounded. As he took a step forward to try to break out of the encirclement, a wind strike came towards him. He quickly went behind the student, grabbing his arm, and at the same time kept one of his claws towards the student's neck, using him as a meat shield. "Me and you both know you're not going to hurt him, Quinn," Momo said. "If you attack too deep and kill him, you'll be in trouble. Attack too shallow, and we will pounce on you and make you wish you were dead." Quinn hated to admit it, but Momo was right. The attacks came out fast and furious from the others. Quinn was able to block most of them. Now his back was up against the wall. The situation he was in was similar to the agility test, where holographic spikes came at him. However, these attacks were more powerful and were greater in number. Eventually, Quinn let a strike get in. Suddenly, the attacks had stopped, and Momo had stood forward with his whip in his hand. Seeing the whip, Quinn remembered that a single attack last time had brought his HP down by 7 points. If he was to receive another attack from it right now, he would be brought down to below 0. The problem was, Quinn had already displayed abnormal strength. If he then displayed abnormal healing, things wouldn't add up. A student couldn't have 2 abilities apart from rare cases, which meant it would only lead to Quinn being asked more questions. Just as Quinn was deciding what to do, Momo sensed something and moved his head at the last second. As he did, a black ball came flying through the air and went past his head. Then the black ball stopped midair and suddenly started moving back towards Momo. Momo lashed his whip at the ball, slicing it in half. As he turned around, he saw Vorden standing there. When he looked to see what had happened to the rest of the second years, he could see a few had already been taken down, and those who hadn't been were busy engaging in combat with Layla and Aaron. "So you got free, huh?" Momo said. "Do you not remember what happened to you the last time the two of us fought?" Momo taunted. "Last time you fought against that weakling, this time you're fighting me," Rayton said. "I'm not as nice as Vorden." Rayton lifted both hands, and with it, 2 more black balls off the ground lifted up. Vorden swung his hands in the air, and the black balls followed the same path. "Looks like you don't remember what happened last time." Momo clenched his fist tightly, destroying the black ball held in his hands. He then swung his whip, destroying the other without even looking where it was. Quinn wanted to help. While Momo's back was turned, he tried to go in for a strike, but before he even took a step, the whip came flying out and landed just in front of him. "Don't even think about it," Momo said. Before Quinn had taken a single step, Momo had already acted. It can't be, Quinn thought. He either had some type of mind-reading ability or future-seeing ability. Quinn's guess about Momo was nearly spot on. Momo could see 2 seconds ahead into the future, although it wasn't as clear as others might think. His ability was activated through his eyes. Quinn wasn't the only one who had figured out Momo's ability. Rayton had as well. "Who cares if you know what I'm going to do?" Rayton shouted. "All I need to do is do something you can't block." Rayton then started running towards him. Momo could see the black balls coming at him, and he knew he could do nothing but take a hit. He opted to avoid the water strikes, the more powerful of the attacks, and moved so the balls would hit his back. After being hit with the black balls, Momo moved away from Vorden, creating distance between the two. "I have to admit, I didn't expect you to be able to use 2 abilities. You didn't do something like this last time. But you weren't the only one holding back last time." While in his right hand he held a whip, something started to form in his left hand. At first, it looked just like a bunch of light particles forming something, but then eventually another whip appeared. Only this felt and looked different, as if it was alive almost. Just from holding it alone, the whip would continuously move like a snake. "Let me show you the difference between the second years and first years," Momo said. Even though Aaron was currently busy fighting the other second-year students, she couldn't help but sense the power in the room. "So he has one after all, huh? A soul weapon." While the distance between Momo and the others were far away, Layla had managed to make a break and get away from the other second-year students. She quickly went to Quinn's side and could see he was badly injured. "Do you need some blood?" Layla whispered. "No, I'm fine. I'm not in any danger. Don't worry about that. I just don't want to reveal anything in front of all these people." "I understand," Layla said as she then looked at Vorden. "Your friend, I hate to admit it, but he's strong." "Yeah." After looking at Vorden now and seeing how he fought so skillfully, as if he had done it 100 times before, and he was even using 2 abilities effortlessly, Quinn quickly realized there wasn't much he knew about Vorden, and that he probably had his very own secrets that he was hiding from everyone, similar to himself. "Damn you!" Rayton shouted. "If only this body wasn't so hurt from before. Now you have gone and done it. You think a soul weapon is strong enough to defeat us? Well, think again. Little one, it's your turn. It's time to give this man hell." Just then, though, the doors to the assembly hall were swung wide open, and in came a tall, silver-haired female, and standing behind her was Peter. "I command everyone to halt this instant," she said. "If anyone does not obey this command, prepare to be punished." The female's name was Faye Dallum. She was a sergeant at the academy and was mostly in charge of squad training. "Those of you who are injured go to the doctor's office to be treated immediately, while the rest of you head to the dorms and stay inside until you are called out again. Do you understand?" Faye said. After successfully attaching Vorden's arm back to his body, Haley, the school doctor, had gone up to check on Quinn. "What is this? For this much blood, the wound should be a lot bigger." Quinn started to laugh nervously. "Yeah, my friend has a healing ability and managed to heal me a bit before I got here. Well, if you get the chance, send them down here. Their ability is quite good, and it looks like they have done a splendid job. I could do it with help, and I would love to have a student of my own." "Sure," Quinn replied. Meanwhile, inside one of the integration rooms, a large muscular man with forearms the size of thighs was sitting opposite the second-year student, Momo. His name was Duke King, and he was head of the second-year students. "Of all the people it had to be Faye to stop us," Momo complained. "I did as you asked, and now I might pay for it." "Will you relax? Nothing will come of this, I promise you that. You're only students, and these types of things happen, and I'll vouch for you." "Really? So this won't all fall back on me then?" Momo asked. "Of course, as long as no one finds out about our little secret." The next day had arrived, and it was a weekend for the students. Just like any other school, students did not have to attend classes and were free to do as they wished around the city. However, for the leaders at the school, their day was not as relaxing as the students', for a meeting had been called. Faye was the first to stand and speak. "We are here today to conduct the meeting on what to do with the second-year students who were involved in the case involving primarily the first-year student known as Vorden Blade and the students who are part of Dell's class and Leo's Beast Weapons class. I would like to ask your opinion on how these students should be punished." "Punished?" Duke said. "I see no reason for these students to be punished. If you look at the report, it seems like Vorden was the first to attack the others. They were simply retaliating. These types of things happen all the time." "I urge the rest of the sergeant to take extra precaution," said Faye. "It was only recently that we had the death of a student in our school. Unlike Brandon, Vorden is an original. If his family was to get involved in it, would not be good for the academy." "How is the preparation for the portal outing coming along for the first-year students?" Leo asked. "Yes, everything has been all set up," Nathan said. "A green portal has been selected for the students to go through, and the base has made preparations for their arrival. It should all go smoothly next week." "Do you know what planet the expedition will take place on?" Leo asked. "It's best to ask your students to pack some sun cream and their sunglasses, as they will be arriving on the planet Kaladi. Planet Kaladi, a planet that was mostly covered in desert and contained low-tier beasts. Kaladi contained a 72-hour cycle." The three of them then proceeded to head into town. They went ahead and grabbed some food, watched a movie, and had a good laugh, but as they were outside, Peter spotted a group of high-level first-years he had met before. "Hey guys, I just remembered that I promised to meet up with a few people from school tonight," said Peter. "It was great hanging out with you guys, but I'll see you when you get back to the dorm." Vorden looked at Quinn, realizing that they both thought Peter's words sounded suspicious. "Took you long enough." The student standing in front of the group had a scar on his chin, and his name was Earl. "What the hell do you think you were doing calling the teacher the other day? Now Momo and the others are giving us a hard time for relying on you. Now, we have another job for you, Peter, and you better do it right this time, you understand?" Peter then shook his head. He had already decided that no matter what, he would never betray Vorden or Quinn again. "What, are you saying no? Do your thing, Jerry." Then Jerry placed his hand on top of Peter's, and slowly a warm feeling was felt, and the bones in Peter's fingers were starting to take shape. They reformed to what they once were, and he had been healed. He grabbed Peter's fingers again and repeated the process again and again. Without him realizing it, he no longer wanted to feel the pain and nodded, agreeing to their request. "Good," Earl said. "Now this time, you better do it right and be sure not to involve anyone."
What will be the long-term effects of Peter's physical and emotional torture, and will he be able to recover? Will Quinn come to know about this and save him? Find out in the next episode.
Subscribe to the Pocket FM Blockbuster YouTube channel and press the bell icon for instant notifications. Check out our channel for more exciting shows.